Alright, time here to talk about chapter 10, lesson 2. Yeah, and this chapter here is going to focus on, this section I should say, going to focus on a bunch of things that happen here in the second New Deal, so let's get right to it, alright? And the essential questions that we're going to be taking a look at here is, can the government fix the economy, and is the government responsible for the economic well-being of its citizens? And what we're going to see here is that, yes, the government can fix the economy with the second New Deal, funding deficit spending, and yes, but the president can only do so much to fix the economy. We got to have other people and other businesses taking care of that business too. And is the government responsible for the economic well-being of its citizens? Well, yes, but not just those who do manual labor. There's got to be other people too, like artists maybe. And yes, the Revenue Act is going to help unions, and Social Security helps the elderly. So that's kind of where we're going to be going here in this lesson today. And we'll see what this takes a look at as we go. And we'll move from there, all right? And what we're looking at here with this second New Deal is going to be Franklin Roosevelt attempting to work politics so that he's reelected in 1936. Remember that Roosevelt takes office in 1932. He'll serve for 4 years. He'll face re-election in 1936. And then if he's elected, he'll be re-inaugurated in 1937. So he needs to consider making sure his policies are going to bring all the people on board that he needs to be successful, whether it's going to be white Southerners, immigrants, progressives, African Americans, whether it's going to be women, whether it's going to be intellectuals. He's got to find a way to make sure all these people will vote for him. So, in 1934, 2 years into his first term, Roosevelt's going to step back and he's going to say, what does America look like at this point in time? And he's going to be looking at an unemployment rate that really is gotten better, right? Here's where Roosevelt takes office, 1932. Almost 1 out of every 4 Americans is unemployed. And within 2 years, the unemployment rate has fallen dramatically. But there's still way too many people unemployed, especially compared to the unemployment that we saw in 1929. So Roosevelt is really going to have to consider or think about ways in which he can get more people back to work, especially if he wants to be reelected. So he's going to step back, and in this lesson we're going to talk about all the different programs he puts into place so that by the end of his first term in 1936, that unemployment rate is going to be even lower. So that by 1936, when he wants to get reelected, that unemployment rate is going to be down here right near 10%. So look for him working today to generate programs so that everything he does is going to be pushing that unemployment rate lower. So much so that even when he takes place in 1936, he's going to believe that there's a lot of work left to be done. He's going to say here that I see 1/3 of a nation ill-housed, ill-clad, ill-nourished. We've got to make sure we're helping the poor. He's going to push through a bunch of different acts, a bunch of different laws to try and help those people. This is your essay question, so you're going to be taking a look at how, even at the start of his second term, there's a lot of work to do. He's going to push through things like the National Housing Act, Fair Labor Standards Act, Farm Security Administration, these kinds of programs to help him keep people employed and to keep people supporting him and his policies. So let's take a look at the second New Deal. A New Deal which stretches and starts in 1935 and goes to about 1936.